Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the talking points from social media. And let's start with the WWE folder. Nothing massive. We've just got the poster for Battleground, Tampa, an NXT show. But Shawn Michaels said you don't walk into our backyard without a fight. Now, I'm thinking that's probably because we're in Florida, we're in Tampa. I mean, technically NXT is in Orlando, but Tampa's not too far away. So I don't know, is it something to do with that? Is it something to do with the fact that WWE, I believe, are in Tampa that weekend? Or is it that this is actually going to become like something to do with TNA? Or maybe even something to do with AAA? I mean, obviously, we know we've got Worlds Collide coming up, so I don't think it's going to be like AAA versus NXT, but could there just be a few stars that feature? I just find that to be a very interesting line. My first reaction is that it's got something to do with the location, and the fact they're in Tampa is just a stone's throw from Orlando. And actually, they do run house shows, live events, NXT in Tampa quite often. So is it the location or is there more to it? Plus, where's Trick Williams? Where's Julia? There's quite a few. Where's Jordan Grace? There's quite a few stars that are seemingly missing from this poster. And I don't know why. I mean, Jordan, maybe she's just a bit too new. Trick is one of their biggest stars. Julia is one of their biggest stars. I don't know why you would create this poster and leave them off. So I don't know if they're getting called up. I mean, there have been rumors about Trick, and Julia was on Raw on Monday, but I don't know that that was a call-up. So there's a bit here I find quite interesting. I find that line interesting. I find the lack of certain people interesting. But there we go. That was the poster for Battleground. So, Edward, thank you. Blair, shout out to you. I think this is a great move. Like when she showed up in her loungewear to attack Tiffy. I agree. So this is an interview with People. Charlotte says she would like to tap into more of her real self. She doesn't think the Charlotte character is relatable, so she wants to bring a bit more Ashley in. And as Blair said, think about when she was fighting in like street clothes with Tiffy on the outside of the ring. Wade Barrett had to jump in. That did not feel like Charlotte Flair in the robes. That kind of felt different. So yeah, I think there is something there. I think her character is in dire need of an evolution. So I think she is aware of that. And yeah, she wants to bring a little bit more of her own real persona, her own real personality kind of into the character. I wonder what that's going to look like. So, something to keep an eye on. Corey said Gunther requested some time off, which is why he was suspended indefinitely. That's really interesting. That means we might not get Gunther versus Pat, which I was not looking forward to. So if we're going to avoid that, for me personally, that's great news. Maybe he's just taking some time off, and this is how we managed to write him off. So there we go. Right, Watch Mojo have ranked the top 10 women's feuds in WWE history. I don't think there's anything massively missing, unless someone can think of some. There's things you can definitely change out. You know, you could maybe bring in a Bianca Sasha or a Bianca Becky, or, you know, there's maybe a few things you could change around. But, yeah, a lot of these I agree. Like Wendy Richter, Fabulous Moolah, that's huge. Really early WrestleMania, certainly on the women's side, is built around that, with Cyndi Lauper coming in and Lalani Kai and the original screw job. There's a lot that goes on with that. For me personally, seeing Bull Nakano, Alundra Blaze in there, and the matches they were having in the 90s, so good. AJ Lee against Paige, amazing. Rhea Ripley, Liv, absolutely deserves to be there. But number 2 was Sasha Bailey. Number 1, Lita Trish. I don't think anyone would argue with Lita Trish. So, yeah, very good. Again, you could probably swap the order around, take the odd thing out. But by and large, It feels like it's okay. I didn't have a major issue with that. Now, I don't know about this. We're going out of my comfort zone a little bit now. CMLL. They are a Mexican promotion. And of course, we've just bought AAA, the other major Mexican promotion. Well, it feels like CMLL are just sending some messages to their fans, to Mexican wrestling fans overall, right? Their first message, CMLL, right, was here saying, as long as Arena Mexico exists, which I believe is like their home, then Lucha Libre will never die. And they did just do a show celebrating the kind of anniversary of the building. So it could be nothing more than that. But it is interesting, timing-wise, that they would send a message out like this. Because, of course, WWE have just bought AAA. We're hearing some rumors about how they've been told in AAA they're going to have to work a more American style and they might need to learn English. And you could imagine there being some serious concern in Mexico about what this is going to mean for Lucha Libre and what this is going to mean for one of their biggest promotions, you know? So it's kind of an interesting message that CMLL are kind of putting out there. As long as our building's around, Lucha Libre will never die. And just to kind of add a little extra weight to the fact that this might be WWE connected, they've also now added on their posters 100% Mexican. CMLL are now Lucha Libre 100% Mexican. Not like that AAA stuff that's at least 75% American. Ugh. We're 100% Mexican. So there we go. So this at the end of their anniversary show, and then that has been added to their posters, does kind of feel like CMLL are sending a message to their fans, and understandably so. I would imagine there's concern. And I've said, I really hope we don't change AAA. I hope we improve their production. I hope that we improve their training facilities. I hope that we can fix anything that like needs to be fixed. But, you know, I don't want to see WWE go in there and change that promotion. I think about if someone ever bought WWE in the future, say in 50 years' time, WWE has fallen on hard times, and someone comes in and buys WWE and then just starts changing everything. Like that promotion that you grew up with, that promotion that you love. There are going to be fans of AAA, just like how we're fans of WWE. And I don't want to do that to them. I don't want to ruin it for them. I want to make it better. But I don't want to change it. So I don't know. Even I'm worried about it. And like, I'm sat here in the UK. So you can imagine what Mexican fans must be feeling like. So yeah, interesting. Okay, I thought this was interesting as well because Bully Ray, I believe, is pretty good friends with The Rock. The Rock actually made a bit of a mention of him the other day in a post saying that he had some drinks for them all and whatever. So anytime Bully Ray's going to speak out against The Rock is, I think, very interesting. And Bully Ray has said that The Rock botched WrestleMania storytelling. Like, he's really not held back here. So respect to Bully Ray for that. It would have been very easy for him to have kind of dodged this and found a way of being a bit of a well, maybe he was trying for this, maybe he was trying for that. So fair play that he's not sat on the fence with this. And he's come out and said that he thinks The Rock botched the WrestleMania 41 storytelling. So very interesting. I don't think we'll hear from The Rock in response to that. And I don't know that Bully Ray is still going to be on The Rock's Christmas card list, but fair play. Right, and this is the final thing in this folder. So apparently it's been 1 year since Carmelo joined the main roster, right? And here Carmelo says, regardless of what was expected for this year, I never measured my success on championships or winning matches. When I got the ball, it was a first down or touchdown. stole the show, had banger matches with anyone and everyone, traveled the world, honed my craft against the best, wrestled the WWE champion 10 plus times, and got to work and learn from legends and future Hall of Famers. I'm winning in every way possible. I killed shiz this year, and I was drafted first for a reason. You can't deny what won't be denied. I haven't even started cooking yet. Hashtag happy 1 year. Hashtag marathon. I kind of like that mindset. The only thing I would say is that sometimes wrestlers can find themselves running out of time, in the sense of, if it doesn't get going, if things don't improve, if you don't get that momentum, if you don't make that connection with the crowd, there's always an opportunity for them to get rid of you via budget cuts. And I don't want to see that happen for Carmelo. And I'm not saying that he's in danger of that happening, because I still think it's early for him. But I'm just saying, I love this mentality. I love this mindset. But you can't always have this. You know, that it works for the first year, but second year, we got to pick it up a little bit. We got to pick it up. And it's not all his fault. You know, it's about what creative have got for you. But that's the problem, isn't it? You can very easily find yourself being pushed to the sidelines, sitting in catering, whilst others get opportunity. It's hard. It's really hard. It's really hard. Look at how great. I mean, we got rid of Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt got released. Karrion Kross has been released. Like, we've lost and let go of some brilliant, brilliant wrestlers. And sometimes the stars just don't align. So I hope they do get there for Carmelo. So he's got a really good attitude, though, and I did enjoy kind of reading that. Okay, let's have a look here, shall we? Talking of people that were released but found their way back, there is Aleister Black, and here is Zelina, just moments after she won the championship, and I'm guessing moments before he made his debut. This is backstage. The two of them obviously married, husband and wife, in Gorilla, just sharing this moment. So, fantastic image, that. Really, really great. You can see she's just won that belt. And I'm pretty sure he was the next segment after that. So, yeah. Adam, thank you. Arrows 1, shout out to you. Just pointing out that this graphic said that Drew did win by DQ. So, technically, Drew should now go on to face Jacob for the United States Championship. I wonder if that's what happens, or if LA Knight's going to complain, because technically Solo did interfere first. It's just the ref did not see that. So are we building to Drew versus Jacob? Are we building to Drew LA Knight versus Jacob, like a triple threat? Is Solo going to be involved, like a fatal four-way? I'm not sure. But they did show the results, and it did say that Drew had officially beaten LA Knight by DQ. So Arrows 1, thank you. Joe Gacy just posted this. I don't really, you know me. If it comes from the personal accounts, I don't really read too much into it. That has served me very, very well in 2025. Not really reading into personal account stuff. And remember, I mean, I think Joe Gacy was like tweeting stuff out, and people were trying to decode things, and they'd got it into their heads he was going to be on Smackdown last week. They got it into their heads that he was going to be at WrestleMania. You know, my strategy has always been, I ain't worrying about it unless it comes through the official Wyatt 6 account. So, yeah, I mean, look, just something to be aware of, that Joe Gacy has posted this. What it means, I'm not sure. Does it mean they're coming back soon? Well, I hope so. But just something to be aware of. So, wrestling fans since day one, thank you. Terrell, shout out to you, buds. So, Matt Cardona said, wherever SmackDown is, so wherever SmackDown was, right, which, was it Texas? I'm not sure. Wherever SmackDown was, screw job, right? Because he's not happy that Chelsea lost the United States Championship. So you know how we had the Montreal screw job? Well, Matt Cardona's like, wherever SmackDown is, that screw job. That's what just happened. Chelsea was screwed. So, yeah, and we do have a video of Chelsea, actually. She did not take the loss very well. Word of Wrestling, shout out to you. So here, look, we've got the moment. This is from the actual fan. The dude's took his leg off there. Look, Montez grabs it. Bang! Now, I missed that bit where he actually grabbed it. There, look, he throws it back over to the guy. And there we go. The guy's leg used as a weapon. Very good. Very good. So, Word of Wrestling said, not sure if everyone saw the clip. It was from the guy that had the prosthetic leg. It was also signed by Mick Foley. Was it? The leg was signed by Mick Foley, was it? Bang! Bang! There we go. So much praise for this match as well, by the way, today. I mean, there was lots of praise last night, but yeah, people absolutely loving it. Here she is. I demand a recount.
I'm still the champion. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what. What? Do you know who I am? I'm the first ever longest reigning most dangerous champion that there ever was. I'm putting myself with historic Americans. Not here. Not here. Oh. This is perfect. You.
It's over.
Oh, God. I'm still the champion. I don't care what anyone says.
She said, I'm going to stand with all these Americans like Shania Twain or Sam Smith. I actually didn't know. I don't know who this is. John Hardy, is it? John Hardy? Don't know. Well, whoever you are, you're gone now, mate. So there we go. I hope she hasn't, like, properly ruined that underneath. Stuck it on, and when she peels it off, like, the signature comes off with it or whatever underneath. I don't even know who John Hardy is, so I don't think it really matters, to be honest. I think they've just made up that person as a celebrity. So there we go. That was Smackdown. Let's go over to Fun, shall we? What have we got here? This is one of the most random things I've ever seen. I can't even remember who sent it. I think I've got them in the thanks folder. But, oh, it might be Johnny, actually. I think it was Johnny. So, Vision, Liv Dom in India just keeps feeding us. Just watch it. There's no words.
Algie.
Beta.
This is my boyfriend, Dominik, and I wanted to introduce you guys because I want to get married.
Ready. Marriage?
But Bauji, I love him.
See, I want the best for my daughter.
I am the best.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, where would you want to get married? Las Vegas or Hawaii?
In the middle of a WWE ring, right in the center of Madison Square Garden.
Smart. What's your favorite Netflix show?
Wrestlemania, of course.
If a high-speed truck is going to hit my daughter, how will you save her?
That's easy. I would just spear her out of the way.
Marriage is not easy. I know you fought a lot in rings, but how are you going to stand by the fights in reality?
Easy.
Reality!
Verte man, ako ka tokai.
Bauji.
Beta.
This is my boyfriend.
It's random, innit? Really random. That is some sort of Dominik and Liv, like, Indian Netflix promotion clip. So, mate, Unseen is living up to its name. You can't tell me you've seen that before. So, there we go. So, Johnny, shout out to you. This was from the behind-the-scenes WrestleMania 41 video on the WWE YouTube channel. Really fun clip. This is Dominik gloating to, I think, Scott Steiner, isn't it? I think it's the uncle of Bron Breakker. So, check this.
Hey, get this on camera.
Get this on camera. He hasn't seen yet. He hasn't seen.
Get it on camera. Hey.
Scott Steiner said, I was minding my own business talking to Sami Zayn, and then I hear this annoying voice from Dominik Mysterio taunting me and my boys. Good thing this pencil neck walked away before I could slap that ugly-ass mustache off his face. Very good. Thomas said, Dom is living dangerous, teasing Big Popper Pump. This is mental. I read a bit of this and I stopped because I was like, Nate, we have got to get to this. Oh, this is the wrong one. This is what I've just been watching. I've been watching, worth you knowing about, actually, Conan talking about WWE buying AAA. I'm only 5 minutes in. But, yeah, I was just watching that, so not what I was looking for. I was looking for this. So, my 26 female husband, 33 male, right? Not that it matters, but it paints a picture, is obsessed with pro wrestling, and it's ruining our marriage. Do I leave? Yes. Throw away as my husband is on Reddit. Right, okay. My husband was into pro wrestling as a kid and fell out of it, but over the last few years has eased back in. I've never been a pro wrestling fan. I thought it was something that people watched as kids and grew out of, but he has become obsessed, and it's escalating to a point where I no longer feel comfortable. Wow. Now, to be honest with you, as soon as I read that, I was like, nah, come on. It's just a bit of harmless fun. Stop being a snob. The more you read it, the more you do go, yeah, no, actually, she's probably got a point. Right? Apologies as I may not get all the terms right. I'm exposed to wrestling a lot, but I try to avoid watching it. Well, that's harsh. Yeah. Okay, it started harmless enough. He watched the pay-per-view events like Wrestlemania. Then he started watching recaps of the weekly shows. Now he's glued to the couch every night. There's a live pro wrestling event. He watches multiple wrestling shows, not just WWE. Now, I can sort of understand that being a bit of a strain on a relationship if every night you're watching wrestling. I can sort of understand that. I can sort of understand that you do have to make time for your partner, right? I kind of get that. So I would say no major red flag at this point, but let's carry on. He's started spending money, a lot of money. Oh, that might be a red flag. Depends how much money they've got, of course. If they're millionaires, a few grand's not a problem, is it? But on merch, t-shirts, hats, action figures, fake belts, etc. We call them replicas. I was okay with this as it was nice to see his passion reignite for Summer. He has been in a rough spot with work lately, but now pro wrestling is the only thing he cares about. I would say it's not too bad. It depends if the spending money is out of control. And I could sort of understand cancelling plans with her because there's a wrestling show on and like, can we go out Saturday? Oh, I can't because it's such and such. And like, yeah, I do sort of see issues, but it gets so much worse, right? He yells at the TV like he's part of the crowd, cheering or booing. When he's watching and when he's not watching, he constantly shouts out catchphrases. Yeet! Just in the kitchen. Yeah. Amazing. He says things like yeet, acknowledge me, you can't see me. Oh, mate. You see, to us as wrestling fans, this is the best. Or to a non-wrestling fan, I could only imagine the roles being reversed and there being like me being with someone that suddenly got into Harry Potter and they're like, you know, Snafflepuff or whatever. And I'd be like, what are you doing? And then they're watching the movies every night and you can understand, can't you? You can understand. He actually gets irritated if I don't play along. Like, if I don't raise my hand when he says... If I don't raise my hand when he says acknowledge me, she has to go like... Oh, get out. Get out. No, come on. You can't defend that. You can't defend that. Some of this you can defend. You can't do that. You can't force your kind of newfound passion onto someone else like that and make them. And he's 33. He's 33. Yeah, she's 26. He's 33. He's running around the house saying acknowledgement, getting upset when she doesn't acknowledge him. Oh, but it gets so much worse. It gets so much. There's a whole nother page. This is just the best, right? This past weekend was the worst. Those of you who know it was WrestleMania. Well, you're right. It was the worst. You're right. Do you know what? Let's read that again. This past weekend was the worst of it. God, she is a wrestling fan, isn't she? She does know her stuff. She's absolutely right. He asked me to refer to him as the final boss all weekend. I laughed it off and thought he was joking, but he wasn't. Mate, this guy's a psychopath. Even I would not do that. I would not be in a relationship with someone and say, you've got to call me the final boss all weekend. We actually got into an argument about it on Saturday because he said I wasn't supporting him in the ways that he needs. And that whenever we're watching wrestling, I look bored or disinterested. Well, you can't expect your partner to get into it when you weren't into it when you met, you know? So I don't blame her for this. I don't blame her for that. And call me the final boss all weekend. I look that way because I am. He's got to be watching like 15 hours of wrestling a week easy. How much do I watch? What do I watch? I watch 3 hours of Raw, 3 hours of Smackdown. That's 6. 2 hours of NXT. That's 8. An hour of Evolve. That's 9. I watch 9. And then if there is a pay-per-view, I am knocking on the door. Probably an extra 4, maybe 3, 4. Yeah. If there's a pay-per-view, I'm about the same. But apparently he watches non-WWE stuff. I don't do that. So I used to do AEW, but not anymore. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm this bad. I'm not this bad. If I was in a relationship with someone, I would not make them call me the final boss. I might ask them to acknowledge me once. If I was in a playful mood, I might say acknowledge me and then get upset jokingly if they didn't. But I don't know. This sounds a bit more serious than that. When Jey Uso, won at WrestleMania, he jumped off the top of our couch waving his arms. It was embarrassing and I left the room. I don't want to say too much regarding our intimacy. Please do. Oh my God, please do. I want every flipping detail. This is the bit that I read. I didn't actually realize I'd got this far. It must have been like a book I just couldn't put down. But he's asked for a lot of role playing lately as well. And it has me very concerned. The things he's asked me to do and say make me super uncomfortable. It's all wrestling related. What's that? What's that? What would that be in the bedroom that's all wrestling related? I don't know. I don't know. Does he dress as Vince and make her dress as Linda? Does he dress as Hunter and ask her to dress as Steph? Does he dress as Seth and he wants her to put a ginger wig on? I don't know. Right? Things have taken a toll on me mentally. It sounds like it should have. It's non-stop. He sends me memes of... This guy needs friends. This guy, he's got no one else to share his passion with. This guy, I borderline believe that this guy is in our community. I am fairly convinced this guy is in our community, right? He sends me memes of Roman Reigns and a bunch of other wrestlers. He talks like them. He acts like them. And he demands that I participate in his little performances. Mate, I really if I was a psychologist, I would say he is struggling with his own life. He is regressing back to a time when life was simpler, right? And I think that he is kind of acting out his youth again when, you know, things weren't maybe as bad as they are now. And it's a bit of like make-believe. Some of it is just being a fan. I don't want to get some of it confused with what it's like being a fan. You know, we all do the catchphrases, buy the merch, watch the shows, but I don't know. Even I'm reading this going, I really feel sorry for this woman, actually. I really feel sorry for this woman. It's taken a toll on me mentally. It's non-stop. He talks like them, acts like them, and demands that I participate in his little performances. Sunday night, the wrestler he wanted to win did it well. Tell me about it. Oh, God, he's a Cody fan. He's a Cody fan, isn't he? Sunday night. Oh, my God, this is not going to do the Cody crybaby flipping. This ain't going to help at all, is it? This is not helping the image of Cody crybabies. Oh, my God. I'm a Cody crybaby. This is basically me. This is basically me. The guy he wanted to win didn't win, and it still affected him today. His mood has soured, and he seems depressed. I hate to admit it, but it's been kind of nice. He hasn't been as loud and noisy as usual. Well, that's because he's going through an American nightmare. That's why. So, Reddit, I need help. I just don't think I can deal with it anymore. He sings the wrestler songs. He does their sayings. He's got all the t-shirts. He's even got tickets for us to the next show coming in about 3 weeks. I just don't think I can take it. Well, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that, and I feel so sorry for that woman. I feel so sorry for that woman. I think that has gone a little bit too far. I think we can all pick up on things in there that make us go, yeah, I do that sort of thing. But I do think combined together, that seems very intense. And the bedroom stuff is very concerning. The intimacy stuff is very concerning, but also very intriguing. So if you are watching this, lady, I do need more details. Yeah, thank you. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, let's go other, shall we? Aleister Black recalls getting advice from Bray Wyatt. He said, I miss Bray so much. I grabbed my phone the other day and I was scrolling through my messages and I found one of our old conversations. I used to send him these messages with ideas and stuff. And one of the last things he ever said to me was, don't let them tell you who you are. Stand for what you stand for. At the time, I was mentally not doing great. I was like, this idea, that idea, what do you think I should go with? He's like, it doesn't matter. Just don't let them tell you what you need to do. You'll know what you need to do. Stand your ground and don't let them shake you into something you don't feel comfortable with. This is who you are and what you do, so stick to it. And that is relevant today. So there we go. I mean, I think it was that attitude that resulted in Bray sort of leaving WWE, stood his ground and, you know, didn't want to buckle and, you know, ended up going. But obviously he ended up coming back under Triple H. But sadly, his health cut that run short. I mean, who knows what he would have gone on to have created had he have not passed away. I mean, that doesn't really matter so much. It's more about his family. Of course it is. But here we're just talking about this aspect, you know. So, yeah, very interesting. Aleister Black sharing that. So, yeah, I thought you'd find that interesting. So that from Fightful. And Undertaker and Jey Uso backstage.
Awesome. Appreciate you. Last night too, she was a wife. Man. Yeah. Congratulations. Thanks, AG. What did you journey? It started. I know it's just getting started. Yeah. Appreciate it. Proud of you, brother. Thanks, OG. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love you, brother.
those conversations are so quick, aren't they? I mean, there's clearly a bond there, but I don't know. I always find those conversations, they're like small talk. I suppose Jay's got places to be and all of that stuff. I'd like to see them talking a little more, like, how's the family, how's Michelle stuff. I suppose there's just not time for that, you know. Maybe they've already done that and this is just them catching up, you know. But, yeah, I mean, they must go right back because, of course, his dad is Rikishi. Rikishi was around when Undertaker was around. I'm sure he's basically grown up with the Undertaker being in his life, you know. So that's not just Undertaker meeting Jay for the past few years. Like, he will have been around Jay his whole life. So, yeah, touch him. So, there we go. Charlie, thank you, my friend. Let's go community. There's Mark with Dakota Kai. So, Mark, shout out to you. Mark's also provided this clip. A bit of bants with Caden and Katana.
I'm sorry. Do I jump in as well?
Oh, we're on video. Video.
That was actually really good, wasn't it? Oh, I'm on video. Video, like, boom, straight into performer mode. Straight into performer mode.
Oh, we're on video. Video.
That's really good. That's really good. Bowen said this was a few years back. Wow. Very cool experience, though. That's great. That's great. Meeting Rowan. That's great. Dude, you could have been the Joe Gacy replacement. You could have been in the 6. So that's awesome. But and we are the Woe Movement. Said I got this from my brother today for my 27th birthday. I know it is not a well-received match, but I am a huge fan of both, mate. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference whatsoever, does it? If you love the Usos, then that is just an iconic match, isn't it? Simple as that. Now, I love WrestleMania 9. I mean, it's my first WrestleMania that I saw, and I can watch it and tell you that the matches are not good. I watched it the other day on the channel, and it was not, like, the matches are not good. But I will defend that event, and I will say and talk about the spectacle and about the biggest toga party and how Bobby was hilarious and the animals that were there, and as a kid, seeing Giant Gonzalez. And it didn't matter about the match, just seeing Giant Gonzalez and Undertaker actually having a match. Seeing, like, you know, not knowing who's going to leave as champ. And then it turns out to be Hogan. So it really does not matter. I would gladly have WrestleMania 9 merch on my wall. And, you know, I've even looked, actually, to see if they do any, like, really nice WrestleMania 9 merch. I think there's something so special about your first WrestleMania. And that was mine. So even though it's regarded as one of the worst ever, I couldn't give a flip. So have that attitude, but doesn't matter what people think about it. If it means something to you, that's it. That's all that matters. Right, I think we've done. I think we're out of here. I think we've had her sweet bants. So Walker, thank you, my friend. CM Chunk, shout out to you. Real wrestling fan. Thank you. Thomas Scott, shout out to you. Huddle Talk, appreciate it. Bradley, appreciate it. Ajax, appreciate it. It was Johnny that tagged me in this so super random clip. Appreciate it, buds. Edward, shout out to you. Raymond, shout out to you. Claire Webb, shout out to you. Wrestling's biggest fan, shout out to you. Sweet Chim Wrestling, shout out to you. Davy Jones, shout out to you. MLW Flash, shout out to you. Babs the Barbarian, shout out to you. Robin, shout out to you. Wild Child Billy, leader of the DK Army, shout out to you. Jang Tae Sang, shout out to you. Tony, shout out to you. All Game 17, shout out to you. Terrell, shout out to you. All Game 17 again, shout out to you. All Game 17 again, shout out to you. Corbin, shout out to you. Prain User Sports, shout out to you. There we go. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Unseen. I'll be back with another one tomorrow. And of course, we've got Monday Night Raw and another week of WWE content on the way. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.